Good evening, everybody. Kimberly Olson here, and I'm coming in live to do an awesome interview with Heather Emerson from Prep to Your Door. I'm just going to give everybody a minute or two to hop on, and I should have turned my notifications off, but that's okay, pretty normal. So if you are coming in live, we've got some people hopping on, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put 2 in the comments. If you're new and you've never seen my videos before, go ahead and put new. If you share this video, and I encourage you to do, go ahead and put share in the comments. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chat for a minute until we can get Heather on here. So Heather, if you're watching, go ahead and post a comment so I know that you're there. But we're gonna talk about everything from Prep to Your Door. If you don't know what that is, there's probably something similar in your area, but I wanna talk to Heather a little bit about what got her started. We're gonna talk about weight loss. And if you guys don't know this, I've seen some studies as high as people gaining anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds between Halloween and New Year's, you guys. So for those that are hopping on, I'm really proud of you because you are thinking about weight loss. You're thinking about eating healthy. You're making sure, hey girl, you are making sure, hold on, you're making sure that there we go. We're gonna bring you on, Heather, get ready. You're making it, okay? So I'm really, really excited and proud of you guys, and I'm excited to have Heather on. So we'll give her a second to get her face on the screen. Can you see yourself, Heather?
I can. I'm struggling here. 1 second. Sorry.
That's okay. We forgive you. They have all seen my lives before, and I've had some hiccups along the way. Let's just say that. So my people are legit. They're awesome. They don't care. They just want the information. So that'll be you guys are just hopping on, drop a 1 in the comments if you are watching this live. If you're watching the replay, drop a 2. If you are new to either myself, Kimberly Olson, or to Heather Emerson, or maybe even if you've never heard of Prep to Your Door, go ahead and put new in the comments. If you share this video, you guys, we want to shout you out because that is what it's all about. You want to share, you want to help others get this information because it is really, really important. So I want to introduce Heather. I know her from Body Business Fitness Club. A lot of you know that I'm the wellness director there. And we met just almost a year ago, and I was intrigued by her because she is so smart. She's got so much passion. She walks the talk when it comes to health and wellness, which unfortunately I don't really see a lot of that, and I was really drawn to her. I love her energy, but she is just on a mission. So I wanted to pick her brain because I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about weight loss and diets and what should you do, and so we get a chance to ask her and get her take on it. So Heather, why don't you start and just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us why you started Prep to Your Door.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the kind words. Please excuse the background. It's just my wall. So yeah, my partner and I started Prep to Your Door about a year ago, and was inspired by a lifestyle in New York, which was on the go, and never made time for myself, always eating out poorly, or at least not even knowing what's in my food. Fast forward, here we are, and I think it's completely plant-based, which is I think what you wanted to discuss. That was a longer journey, but I opened Whole Foods flagship store here in Austin in 2006, and
oh, cool.
About our food industry and what goes in our food, and don't know what's in our foods, to get back to basics. So it's all plants, it's all organic, and we source whenever possible, and we're moving towards animal as well. So that's kind of what we do, and I can answer any questions anybody has.
Okay, cool. So if you guys saw a video I did a couple weeks ago with all my mason jars, and you guys always ask me, what do I eat? I eat Prep to Your Door every single day. And my girls do too, actually. They really like it. I'm always like, wait, that's my lunch for tomorrow. But so Prep to Your Door, basically, she does all plant-based food, like she said. And so I want to encourage you guys, because she's in Austin, and she's, growing, but she's going to talk a little bit about keeping things local, but I encourage you to find things similar in your own area. And the concept is, we've found that people are having a really hard time to find time to shop, to grocery shop, to meal prep. I've had people tell me their whole Sundays are taken from meal prep, and really draining their energy. And then what happens is they give up. So then they've got the moldy spinach, they've got things that they're throwing away. So they've wasted money, and they weren't successful, and then full cycle of guilt. So what Prep to Your Door is it takes all the guesswork out. So you guys can look in your own areas and see what's out there. But the whole concept is let's find ways to make it really easy. And you guys know how busy I am, and it's saved my sanity in my life. I can't tell you how amazing it is to think about what I'm going to eat the next day at work and just grab my Prep to Your Door food and know that I'm putting real whole food in my body. I have so much energy with it. I've noticed such a difference when I've gotten to move to a plant-based diet. So that's kind of a little bit about how I've experienced Prep to Your Door. So as far as weight loss and as far as living a healthy lifestyle, what are some of the benefits that people can experience with a plant-based diet?
So anybody that I've talked to done a plant-based diet correctly, which means not replacing meat with carbs. And I love carbs. Carbs are great, but we're used to feeling really full whenever we eat meat. Traditional American diet, I should say. It's not just meat. It's everything that goes into it. And so when you plant-based, it's common to not feel full. And that's the comfort feeling that we seek. So what people end up doing might be eating a lot of pastas, which obviously weight gain with that. But if you allow and you give your body just ease through it, in a couple of days, you're going to be buzzing with it. That's what every person has ever tried. Just can get past that a little uncomfortable. It's not comfort food at first. There's a whole new taste bud profile that opens up. You start feeling different. So much energy. I don't drink coffee. I don't feel in the afternoon. And when I plant-based, it was I actually lost 30 pounds doing nothing.
Wow.
Working out.
Wow.
And I mean, I was a little overweight, and so that was what really opened my eyes. Like, okay, I'm back natural size. My frame is my natural size. I'm not having any excess weight anymore. I wasn't toned, but I was at my ideal weight, just from plant-based. So diet, and I think it's because your body's not holding on to anything. It's absorbing every nutrient, every vitamin, every mineral that it needs, and it's eliminating the rest. I don't know if you can speak to that, but that was my personal experience.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I've noticed with the plant-based, and I switched to a plant-based diet, and we'll talk about all of you carnivores out there that are going, what are these girls talking about? We'll address that. But what's happening is you have your digestive system and you have your metabolic system. So when we're eating the standard American diet, it's completely processed, especially let's take meat, for example. Even if it's grass-fed, the most amazing meat you could ever find in your life, it's still meat. So if you actually look at different animals that are carnivores and their digestive systems and compare them to a human's, they're totally different. So meat takes a ton of resources to process. Give me some thumbs up and hearts if you've ever gone to P. Terry's, Whataburger, what are the places everybody likes around here, and had, a big, huge burger and fries. How did you feel after? Not even just after the meal, but that night. I've had clients tell me they wake up the next morning and they just feel like they have a brick in their stomach. The reason you feel that way is because it has taken so many resources on your digestive system, your body is having a really hard time breaking it down. Now, when this happens and all of your energy goes to your digestive system, your energy is zapped. You will start to notice you'll more likely get colds. The biggest thing I notice is your metabolism gets pushed to the back burner. So when you're trying to lose weight and you're eating food that's heavily processed like that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So when people switch to a plant-based diet, suddenly their digestive system, the burden is taken off. This is why juice cleanses are effective. And then all of a sudden your metabolism gets the energy and the focus that it needs, and it just starts humming along and buzzing. And I'm telling you what, ask my husband, when I wake up, I'm like this every day. 24/7, I'm like this. It's like I'm on crack or something. And it's like green crack, right? It's plants. And every time I've seen Heather, I mean, she's running a new young business. She's coming up on a year, I think. And, you know, she's working her tail off, but she always has energy every time I see her. How can she go, go, go and push, push, push? So I want to challenge you guys that are watching this. If you've never explored, try implementing a plant-based diet, which Heather will give you tips in a second. I want you to open your mind and think, what am I doing right now? Is it working? And if it's not working and you feel tired from your food, or you feel bloated, or you feel like you've gained weight, then let's try something different. The coolest thing about a plant-based diet, you guys, is you don't have to count calories. You don't have to watch your portion sizes, because you will just eat what your body needs and it lets the rest go. It does not hang on to kale. You cannot eat too much kale. Like, it just can't. And the nutrients you get, it's amazing. All the cravings go away. I hear this from clients all the time. As soon as you start giving your body what it needs, it lets go of the extra weight. The energy goes through the roof. Your immune system, all of a sudden you're a rock star with anything going around you. And then you get the nutrients that you need. Your body stops craving things. It's amazing. So yes, it is a little hard at first, but once you get through it, it's awesome. So how long have you been following a plant-based diet then?
So since 2005, 2006. So
okay.
I think 2005. So I guess
wow,
almost 13 years. Mm-hmm. And
so what tip? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it hasn't been strictly plant-based. It's been like
okay, and just heads up, Heather, you have some feedback, so I don't know if there's anything in there. I can mostly hear you, but just to FYI. Okay, so if somebody wants to start a plant-based diet, what tips do you have for them? Should they go all in? Should they try to follow like an 80-20 rule? What should they do?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that it's individually based. So if you're the type of person that needs to go all in and say, okay, no dairy, no meat, that's the way you are, then do it. I personally was terrified. I learned everything in our food, but I was still scared to cut out meat because I loved meat. So I went one meat at a time. I started with pork, then I did after 30 days, then I did beef, 30 days, then I did chicken and fish. It took me quite a long time to cut out fish because it was like me hanging on to it. But and the very last thing I cut out was dairy. And I can tell you that after I had cut everything else out, I thought to myself, why didn't I do this from the very beginning? So wow. I did think that, but still that was my process. So whatever works for you, whatever you can commit to, whatever you're comfortable committing to is the way you should go. There's no wrong way. Eat more vegetables.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. I love that. I know even if somebody can replace one meal a day, you know, or do like a meatless Monday, I've heard of a thing going on with that. And it's kind of interesting if you study cultures around the world that have a high amount of centurions or people that live to be over 100, the common theme is they don't eat meat. If they do, it's usually a religious, and we're not trying to be like, oh, anti-meat, but we're just looking at the science behind it and maybe encouraging people to eat less. But if you actually look at these people who are living to be 100 and are vibrant and healthy, they don't consume meat. It's very rare or it's special. So would you, for somebody who wants to go completely plant-based and they want to give it a go, maybe they're going to do 30 days of being vegan or something like that. Is there anything to watch out for as far as getting too much fiber or supplementation? Is there any suggestions you have or things you tell your customers?
So there's no such thing as getting too much fiber. That's the one thing that we're confused about. We're always concerned about the protein when really we should be concerned about the fiber, because the colon is where every single thing matters in your body. Everything is absorbed there, and we have really unhealthy colons because of our diet, and that's why, unfortunately, we have such a high rate of colon cancer. It's the #1 killer. So there's no such thing as too much fiber. However, if you go right in, you're going to experience a little bit of bloating and gas because your colon is going to wake up. So I would suggest that in the beginning, maybe make sure you cook your vegetables instead of eating them raw, or minimize that, just to be easy on yourself, because you're going to have some gas if not. But it is not bad for you. The gas is good. So that's the warning I like to tell people. because they're not going to be used to it, because they're going to be used to processing meat and dairy, which takes a long time to process. And the vegetables are going to go right through them, and the colon's going to be awake, and that can be uncomfortable for some people.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are just hopping on, drop a 1 in the comments. Let's see where you guys are coming in from. If you're watching this on the replay, drop a 2. If you're new and you've never heard Heather before, myself, put new in the comments, and please share this. Leanne, thanks for sharing. I saw that earlier. And let's get some hearts for gas is good. Back in the day, I had a professor that was saying when we were more hunting and gathering type, people would consume 100 grams of fiber a day, no problem. And now women, the guidelines only 25 grams and men is 35. I study food journals for a living, and I can tell you 90% of my clients, when they start with me, don't even hit the 25 grams. And we're supposed to have 2 to 3 healthy bowel movements per day, and less than 50% of Americans have 1 a day. So most people are constipated. And the colon is one of your largest, most important organs for elimination. We want to get those toxins out of the body. So not only do we have issues with colon cancer, like she mentioned, but some of those illnesses, it could be something like arthritis, autoimmune, it could be a really weakened immune system. Even imagine things like moodiness, anxiety, depression, brain fog, all of that could be symptoms of toxic overload. So this isn't just about weight loss. This isn't just about vegan versus eating meat. This is about your overall health. So it's really, really important. So when you talked about when you first got into this, you were kind of learning about what's in our food. Are there any documentaries or books or anything that comes to mind that kind of opens your eyes to really getting people to understand, like, we need to be in the know. We need to know what we're eating.
Absolutely. There are amazing documentaries out that explain everything, that will answer every question. The most recent one is What the Health, like what the hell, but with health at the end. Forks Over Knives is an older one. Cowspiracy.
What's that one? Cowspiracy? Oh,
Like,
I've seen that one. Okay.
Food Inc. And which one am I missing? Is there another one you can think of?
I like those. No, those are the best ones. I think those are the best. There's like what's that? You guys, everyone that's watching, post a comment with your favorite documentaries on health and things like that. Documentaries are great because they'll kind of get in there and I mean, of course they're one-sided, right? Like they're trying to make a point, but it at least shows you some stuff that you wouldn't know. So it's really, really good. Oh, one thing a book I like to read, or you can just watch an interview on YouTube. It's the China study, and he is like the largest study ever done with the most amount of people. It's like 300 countries or something. And he studies to see the common denominator in illness and disease was actually high protein consumption. And I'll have clients a lot of times are like, am I going to get enough protein if I follow, I really want to be vegan, or I want to do plant-based, or I want to do ketogenic. Am I going to get enough protein? I hear that all the time. And yes, almost everybody has enough protein. Like protein deficiency is extremely rare unless somebody has maybe eating disorder or they're a child that's kind of malnourished. So anyways, so Prep to Your Door is a local company. Why do you encourage local, like as far as a service such as what you have? Farmers markets are big in Austin. I know we're kind of lucky because we have them year round, but I'm from Michigan, so obviously my sister-in-law goes all the time, and she'll kind of tell me, in the winter they can't have them. Why do you recommend local? Tell us about that.
Well, it's twofold. It's first, if you want to be selfish, it's for health. Well, I guess the other one is selfish too. The other one is economically, you're supporting your neighbor, and your neighbor's supporting you, and it's like it keeps your economy in your local area like super strong. So that's important. I know we're all worried about that with everything that's gone on in the last decade. Keep your local economy strong. But in terms of health, if you eat locally, so there's a reason that we should eat local and seasonally, and it's the minerals that are being absorbed in the local soil. It's based on weather and and where you are in the world, and it will trigger your body to know it's about to get cold, it's about to get hot, and it'll warm you or cool you. And that sounds pretty bizarre because we love our imports. Everybody loves their imports, but there truly is a science and a natural ecosystem that can be more in balance if you eat locally and seasonally.
Cool, that's awesome. So I was reading The Kind Diet by Alicia Silverstone, and it was really interesting because she started following a macrobiotic diet, and she was doing a film shoot in New York City, and it was in the winter, and she was having her tropical smoothie, whatever, and she got really sick, and she didn't know why because she was eating so well and had done her homework. Come to find out, you know, in the winter, we're not supposed to be eating tropical fruits. And I have smoothies year round, so, I have to kind of balance it. So I understand that. But as much as we can, one really cool concept to try to work on is to look for local things. We have HEB groceries in Texas. I don't know what you guys have in different parts of the country or wherever world, if you guys are wherever you're watching this. So if you guys know in your grocery store, if it does have local call outs, post the comment with the name of your grocery store. So in HEB, it says local. So you'll know, and it might just be somewhere in Texas. It doesn't necessarily mean Austin, but it's really, really cool because they kind of, so when you get it local, it even kind of looks rough, like if you went to a farmer's market. And so what's really cool about that is I love taking the girls to the farmer's market because when you get that produce and it has dirt on it, because those farmers, right? You buy from farmers. They bring that produce. They might have pulled it, that morning or the day before or that week. It still has that dirt on it. So that dirt has microorganisms in it, and Dr. Axe always talks about that. So we're germaphobes, right? Like we don't want germs. Well, what we forget is we need germs. We need a lot of germs. Our gut is full of good bacteria, bad bacteria, and we just aren't getting in the dirt. And he has a really good book called Eat Dirt. But when you see that dirt on that carrot or whatever, that is full of microorganisms that we need. Okay, so the local bugs, right? What that's going to do when you eat the local produce like she was talking about, you consume that, and then cold and flu season comes along, like right now, your body has built up a defense to that. Your body knows what those little germs are, and you're less likely to come down with something if you've built that up in your system. So if you see dirt at your grocery store because it's local or at a farmer's market, that's a good thing. But when you're shopping, make sure you pay attention if it says local. And then also, you have to remember if it's local, it's fresher. Okay, I don't know the stats on it, but I think the average tomato or apple or whatever was picked weeks and weeks ago. So if it's local, it could have been picked very soon, like recently, which is huge too for freshness. And just those nutrients, typically local, you're going to have a higher nutrient content too. So, so Heather, as far as how people can find you, especially my Austin people, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so go to the website, prepyourdoor.com. And if you subscribe to our mailing list, we have a newsletter that will start very soon. And we'll keep you updated. We're going to come out with a cookbook soon to give you quick and easy recipes. That's kind of what we do in our kitchen. We're not fancy cooks. We focus on really high quality and really good flavor. And I wanted to add really quickly about the local, really quick. The dirt has B vitamins. And we're vitamin B deficient. That's why you get your vitamin B shot, B12. And that's where we're supposed to get it. On a plant-based diet, we get it from the soil, from the microbes. So, subscribe, send me a message. It goes straight to my phone. I can normally always respond pretty quickly, like a text message if you send a message on the website. I get questions all day long. Happy to help. And if you're in Austin, shoot me a message. If you're watching this, I'll get you a week of food for free. So, Austin, reach out. We'd love to feed you.
Great. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Had her food and I can attest to it, guys. It's so good. I can't wait to get that cookbook. I'm going to probably still never do it all if you do it, but I'm so thankful for you because you've made me a sane mom. So my kids appreciate that. My husband does too. So thank you so much, Heather. And you guys know how to get in touch with her. So thank you and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, isn't she awesome? I told you. So thank you so much for watching. And I know you guys want to lose weight. So if you guys didn't watch the whole thing, get back on and watch the beginning because we did address weight loss, the easiest way to do it. So make sure you guys check that out and make sure you share this. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great night and I will see you guys next time. Bye.